Okay, today we're going to be doing some pom-poms and some little stars that you can make into like a kind of bunting for your room, or there's also some other things you can do with pom-poms, but we'll look at that at the end. Okay, so you should all have maybe some wool left over from the first craft pack that we sent out. It's quite good. You can do it with multiple colours. Unfortunately, I've only got grey in the house. But if you've got two different coloured wools, then use both of those at the same time. You tie two pieces of string together, like that, and then obviously use repeat two colours. There's quite a lot of different ways that you can do pom-poms when you look it up online. This way that I'm doing now is the way that I find the easiest, that gives you the best results, but you can look up some others. There's loads of different ways. Okay, so what you need first, what's this? This is going to be the size of your pom-pom. So whether you want it big or small, just choose a circle object you can trace that's about that size. It's got water in it. Okay, so trace that round. And you need two circles. How many is that, Alex?
1, 2.
Yeah. Okay, so you cut those out. Doesn't have to be perfect. You hold that for me? Is that a good circle? What do you think?
Yes.
Good.
Good for that.
Okay, and then one of the bits of cardboard, you just want to put a hole through the middle. Just rough. Okay, and put those to the side now. And then you just need two empty toilet tube rolls. And you've got your two strings that you've tied together. So, unroll that a little. First thing you do is just trap your two strings in between the toilet tubes, like that. And then you just want to wind it round. So for your average kind of quite puffy pom-pom, it's about 60 times round, or you can maybe try doing 70 depending on how much wool you've got. But that should give you a nice puffy pom-pom. Okay, so that's 1, 2. Can you help me count? 3,
4, 5, 6.
And then you just need to get a fairly long bit of string like this. And then we want to tie it around the middle. So if you hold it there at the front, turn it around and put it between your rolls of toilet roll. And then before you tie it tight, do a second loop. That means that your knot will hold a bit easier and you won't have to try so hard. Okay, so don't do it tight at the start, just hold it like that. And then we take it off of our toilet tubes carefully. And then we want to tie it really tight. Careful not to break your string at this point, because obviously wool is quite fine. And then just give it another knot when you're happy with how tight it is. Okay, and then make sure not to cut these strings here. You want to keep those long. So you should be left with two sort of circle sides. We're wanting to snip in that hole, like that. So it's good if you've got quite a nice sharp pair of scissors, but any of them will do, it'll just take longer. Okay, so just cut it through. Making loads of strings now, isn't it? just make sure you get them all. And then the other side.
I look like a broomstick.
A broomstick, does it? Careful your fingers.
See what the color is.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if you miss the odd one, but try and get them all. Okay, so now what you've got is a fairly un-pom looking sort of hairy ball. So now is where we need these circles. So if you flatten out your pom-pom with your string to one side, like that, and I'll do this way around, then you want to try and put your strings through the hole that you made in one of your cardboard circles. Okay. And then the other circle will go on the other side.
It looks like a bigger broomstick.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want your circles to kind of line up with one another. Obviously it's not going to be perfect, but try and get them as close as you can. Okay, and then you are going to cut using this as a template. So obviously there's going to be quite a lot of waste. That depends on the size of pom-pom that you want. But the sort of smaller your pom-pom, the tighter it will be, so the better it will look in the end. And obviously the more strings as well, the better it will look. Okay, so we'll start cutting. Cardboard off.
It looks like a hamburger.
Okay, so if you spread that out, you'll see that the top is still longer than the rest. So what we need to do now is to do the circle template the other way around. So flatten it out in the other direction, where your long bits will be at the ends. And then just pop your circles back on. Can't get your string through it this time, so it's a good idea, again, because we don't want to cut this long string, to just ball it up and put it under the cardboard. Where are you going? Where are you off to? Okay, and then repeat the process, so cut background. Once you're happy, you can use your long bit of string and just shake your pom-pom out, and then any loose little long bits like that you can just trim at the end freehand. Okay, I'm quite pleased with that. Okay, so as I say, it's got quite a lot of wool in it, so it sits quite well. If you want it to be even fuller than that, you need to use more strings or a smaller circle. Okay, so this little bit of string will help you to attach it to things. So I'll show you at the end, but we're going to try and make some bunting with it. You can also use it to make You can also use it to make your own rugs. So if you have if you've seen like in IKEA and places, they sell like that anti-slip sheet for underneath your rugs. It's really cheap, it's a couple of £. You can buy some of that and cut it into the shape you want, and then use this to tie it on to the net, and then make your own rugs that way. Obviously it takes quite a lot of pom-poms. I'm not doing that today, but that's just one of the things you can do with pom-poms. Okay, so let's put these to the side, please. And we'll just push this wheel away. We're also going to make these little stars to go on our bunting. I'm not sure if you can see in the video there, but they've got kind of 3D to them. So the way we do that, I've got this card left over from when we did the bubble painting, so I'm going to use that as my card. And then you can either just hand draw a star, or I just have a paper star in the house. You can use a cookie cutter or whatever you've got that's in a star shape. We're not doing hands today. You sit back down. Okay, so you just draw your star onto your chosen card. It's better if it is card and not paper, because it will be a bit less flimsy when you make it into bunting. Can you sit back so everyone can see? Good girl. Okay.
I want to see it too.
Yeah, I know. I'll cut your star out. Sit down, please, Star.
If I have one thing that it looks like a window.
Does it? Like what's a window?
Yeah, like a star window.
You can obviously do these any size you like, but probably a
It looks
similar
like
size.
a cat window.
Sit down, please, honey. A similar size to your pom-poms will probably work best for the bunting. Or you could do a variety of sizes and mix it up and do a variety of pom-poms. That might look quite nice. Okay, so once you've got your star cut out, if you turn it the other way around, and maybe do this on top of a piece of scrap paper, and if you've got a ruler or just another bit of card, if you draw from the place where 2 points meet there to the top of a point, if you do that in a circle around the star, then you'll get the middle point. So again, this point to that point. Sit down, please, honey. Just keep doing that. Make sure you do this on the back of your card, obviously. Okay, so that does two things. It shows us where the middle of the star is, and you can put a wee circle there. And then it also shows you where we want to score. So using our ruler and a pen, or if you happen to have one, like a sort of blunt scalpel or anything with a kind of sharpish edge, will do it. You just want to draw from each point only to the middle, so don't go past this time. And push down really quite hard, because we're trying to score the page. Sit down, honey. You can see it at the end, honey. Okay, you can do it a couple of times on each side. And then, you can see there, that's what it will look like when you finish drawing. If you turn it back round, you should be able to see that the lines are kind of coming through, and you just want to use those as fold lines. So just give each point a little fold into the middle. Just sort of pinch it towards the middle. Okay, and that will give you a kind of 3D looking star. There are loads of different origami stars you can do with folding, but I thought they were a little bit complicated for this video. It's not the easiest thing, but if you want to look them up on YouTube, you could do one of those instead. That's just a nice simple star. Okay, and then once you've made a few of these, you would just get a needle and thread, choose a point either side, and sew them all together. So I would sew my stars all first and leave a space for where you want your pom-poms, and then use this thread to do your to tie your pom-pom to the string. So I'll show you that in the examples, because obviously it's a bit time consuming, but I'll do an example and put that up for you so you can have a look. Obviously you could do just a big line and have it hanging somewhere, or do the bunting and have it like the way bunting hangs. But I hope you enjoyed that, and maybe if you have a go at them, we'd love to see them. Okay, thanks, say bye-bye, Alex.
Bye-bye.
Bye.